FLaPs Radio Network presents Fireside Chat with Larry and Paul.
Oh, God, how long have they been here?
I don't know, probably weeks they've been waiting.
They didn't see us take our bottoms off, did they?
I hope not.
Hope not. Hi, Cheeky. Welcome to this latest L&P Fireside Chat. Little video, little catch-up for you, exclusively for you lovely flaps, you fans of Larry and Paul, you monthly subscribers, you band of brothers and sisters, where we just let you know what we've been up to, what's been a routine in the old land of Larry and Paul.
And welcome to the new flaps, one of whom, Paul, is broadcasting sensation Jeremy Vine.
Jeremy Vine.
So
welcome.
he could be watching this if he gets his updates. And,
but no flap is more important, celebrity or otherwise, than any other flap.
Exactly.
It's egalitarian society over in here.
It's a right old communist place, isn't it?
Socialist.
Socialist.
Yeah.
You won't go that far, will you?
Not communist, no. It doesn't really work.
Do you want to borrow my copy of the Communist Manifesto?
Yes, please.
Yeah, have a little read.
Have a little read of that.
Yeah, and helps you decide not to be a communist.
There we go. So what's been going on in the world of Larry and Paul? We've done quite well, haven't we? Thank you. The broken news has done quite well this time.
Yes.
The Jeremy Vine one. Thank you very much, Mr. Jeremy Vine, for sharing it a lot.
For sharing it
and
a lot.
for you, if you also shared it as well.
Yeah.
That's done quite well. We've got another one. I've just finished editing this week's one.
Yeah.
Do you want to say what it's about? Is that, I mean...
It's about cinemas, and once again, it's not political.
No, this one is born through my, for a change, white-hot rage. Because normally those things come from your white-hot rage. But this one is a particular bugbear of mine. It's for people who talk in the cinema. So that's coming out on Friday, which, you know, should be quite good. It's not quite as prescient. Oh, someone's got an email. Could be
Not
me.
quite as prescient as what?
Not quite as prescient as some of the ones we've done, but I think it's something that hopefully lots of people will relate to.
We're doing, what else are we doing? We've heard nothing back from Radio 4 yet, vis-a-vis what we talked about before.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We did announce, finally, which you already knew, a long-time flap certainly, that our every COVID briefing ever, the first one, the original, and some would argue the best.
Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, or the BFI National Archive.
And that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Which means it's there for all posteriority. So when somebody looks back in 25 years' time and says, hey, what about, because they'll talk in Britain then.
Jimmy Savile.
What about American New York Jimmy Savile?
Now
I'm walking here. Young lady.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Sorry.
Anyway, so people will look back on that time and it'll say that here's what comedians made of it at the time.
Yeah, so it's been sort of taken into this collection called something like Britain in Lockdown, and they're sort of sitting on it until it's sort of appropriate to be like, oh, do you remember this? As opposed to like in 5 years' time when everyone will still be a bit sick of it or still have PTSD.
Will there be an exhibition at the BFI and will we get to go down and have nice drinks in their nice restaurant on the South Bank of London?
Yes.
Will
there be a brass plaque with our names on?
There should be. Do we get at least one free drink?
Will we appear on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Remains to be seen. Could happen. Who knows?
Not related.
But you'd think, hopefully that will lend some more credence to us being writers and performers and that, do you think?
Yes.
No, it won't.
No.
Shazam! One of our microphones just failed, so that's why there's a weird edit point there.
Yeah.
We decided not to start again because it would have been stilted and unnatural.
Ran out of battery. Your one, isn't it?
My one ran out of battery.
Lost power.
Absolutely shocking.
We've also applied to be on a reality television show. Now wait.
Stop.
It's not any of the shit ones.
Not Big Brother. It's not Love Island.
It's quite a good one. It's not even started yet.
We don't know if it's a good one yet.
The concept is interesting.
We've applied to go on 007 Road to a Million. That's what it's called. It's a new Bond. We probably won't get. I don't know. We just thought it might be quite fun. Something to do, isn't it?
It's a Bond spin-off where
people have to.
But couples, as in partners. But only good-looking people are allowed, which is why they invited us.
Rules us out.
So they invited us. We went on the website. Charging around the globe, trying to solve puzzles.
We thought we'd apply to it because I'm a massive Bond nerd. And are we mild entertaining to watch? I don't know.
I don't think so. Brian Cox is in it.
Brian Cox is in it. Not. Anne Hathaway's brilliant.
Isn't Bond brilliant?
Yeah, not that guy, but the guy's like, I fucking love it here. I fucking love it. That guy.
Al Pacino. Brian Cox does Al Pacino.
Brian Pacino.
Yeah.
Al Cox.
Brian Berdondi. So that's
something we did.
Sort of a full update. Live show, I think it's worth updating because the live show obviously hasn't returned as yet.
No.
Which doesn't mean it's dead in the water. It's just we've been working so much on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
There could be an issue in terms of when you're working going forward.
I might have to take a job on Thursday nights to pay the bills.
So that's the
maybe I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we don't know about the live show, but you've got this, which I hope is okay.
Yeah.
Send us an email, hello@larryandpaul.com if you want to say hello to us. We hope you haven't missed us too much live, but we will bring it back at some point soon, hopefully. But we need to think about it. We haven't had the chance to think about it. We need to concentrate on writing stuff and things at the moment.
And also, we've just as we sit here and spake to you, thus spake Larry and Paulstra.
Exeunt. Chased by bear.
The Tory party conference has just finished in Manchester.
Oh,
and I mean, it's made a lot of people furious, including us, hasn't it?
Yeah, because they've scrapped HS2 and they lied. They've blatantly lied. We scrapped HS2, but all that £36 billion we're going to put into all of this stuff.
Which isn't going to happen.
They're not going to do it at all.
And it's just so that they can say that Labour didn't do it when they came in and they've said there's no money left. I think the idea that makes most logical sense to me is that they're throwing shit against a wall because they know they've lost the next election.
They must have, if they win the next election.
Well, they'd be hoist by their own petard, won't they? Because they would have to actually do all these things they say they're going to do, like scrap A-levels.
I don't think they care about that anymore.
Yeah, I haven't read fully the headlines from Rishi's speech today. But,
it's all the world's gone mad.
So it's like a battle for the future.
The police are breaking into Lawrence Fox's house, aren't they? It's all going crazy.
Free speech gone mad. I mean, he did go on live television and say that he was going to go and commit crimes with his angle grinder, and then he went, "What are the police doing here, guys? This is cancel culture." He was smoking a cigar at the time.
I didn't know that was.
He thinks he's Andrew Tate, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah.
Like a methy Andrew Tate.
Thing is, I actually do think it's heavy-handed. So what do you do?
Yeah, what? As in the police?
Yeah.
Is that the reason they've done it?
Apparently.
Yeah,
it's heavy-handed.
It's a bit much.
And like, who do you support?
But also, like, on the one hand, it is heavy-handed. On the other hand, he's a knob and he deserves everything that comes to him.
No, but first they came for Loza Fox, and we did not speak up because we weren't Loza Foxes, and this is the sort of shit he would say.
Oh,
no, but it is. But we don't. The police are being heavy-handed twats, aren't they? So like, you don't know. It's just two wrongs making an even wronger.
Who knows?
So
who knows what to do?
It's infuriating.
Who knows what to do?
Yeah. I was going to mention something else about that then, but that was it.
Oh.
So Nadine Dorries on Twitter today said something, and I was like, I agree with that, Nadine.
You can.
So what do you do when someone who is obviously so horrible?
I think you can agree with people that you don't agree with ordinarily. I think what's going to happen is the Conservative. I think we talked about this earlier. Conservative Party will split into two parties.
I heard that. I read this in an article. Yeah.
Yeah. And Nigel Farage will join the Conservative Party.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, you heard it here first, guys. Heard it here first. Nigel Farage will join them, and hopefully it will make them unelectable. They'll be in the wilderness forever. But it's not as if something exciting is on the horizon, because we've got Keir Starmer in. Is Labour is just like right of David Cameron, so it's all just shades of right, isn't it?
But fudge me sideways.
I mean, yeah, it'd be good to have some grown-ups in charge.
Are you not excited about the prospect of having some grown-ups in charge?
Excited is not. I mean, he doesn't excite me at all.
No,
Corbyn
but he's not. I don't want him to be.
Socialist policies excite me.
Yeah.
Centrist dad stuff is I mean, yeah, fine. Do the centrist bit at the start, but then you need to be veering left. Ow, what's that for?
He's not right of David Cameron.
He is. Look at his policies.
He's not right of David Cameron.
Look at his policies.
That's rubbish.
He's right of David
That's
Cameron.
Rubbish. They are
We're
not,
just all we've got
they're
is
not
far
going
right
to,
and a bit centre right.
They're not
We've
going
got no actual lefties and socialists.
No, I agree. There's no real socialism,
Yeah.
but I don't think Keir Starmer is right of David Cameron. He's not going to introduce an austerity programme, is he?
Well, he hasn't said austerity's bad, has he?
Okay, well, but he probably hasn't said lots of things aren't bad.
Yeah. Anyway, I remain cynical.
That's your problem. You're a Remainer.
I remain cynical.
Well, no, it's right, and it's right to be sceptical, deeply
Left.
sceptical.
Yeah.
It's left to be deeply sceptical, and that's the right thing to do. And we're doing the right thing. Why can't politicians answer questions like normal human beings?
Yeah, I know.
Are they trained into the sort of, was it Michelle Donnellan who was absolutely got by not Koonsberg?
Yes, on Channel 4.
Why no? Why is her name escaping?
Victoria Derbyshire.
Victoria Derbyshire.
Sorry, yes. When she played a load of stuff and went, this is all lies.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
yeah,
How are
yeah.
you the party of fact?
Yeah.
And why? If they could just say, "Okay, I accept that was wrong."
Oh, don't.
What are they worried
but
about?
maybe that's the whole point, is that they want us to be talking about this. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just kind of glad we're not doing political comedy for the time being.
Just for a moment.
Just for a moment.
We'll come back to it.
We will. It's just a lot of it is just absolute batshittery.
I laid in bed last night and started writing one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sir Edwin.
Sir Edwin, which
Yeah,
we should work on today.
We're working on the sketches.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been watching a really good documentary about Blair and Brown.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting, I think.
You said it's really good?
It is really good, yeah. It's BBC iPlayer if you want it. I think it's a few years old now, but it's really interesting, you know, the two of them and how Brown was quite socialisty, lefty, bit old school Labour, and Tony Blair was all tits and teeth and let's do this, and I think we should go further than Thatcher, admired Thatcher, you know, and that's great and wonderful. And they sort of, you know, fell out a bit.
And have you watched Partygate?
No, I've not.
4.
That was on last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
I don't know if I can.
Don't
know if I can. Too painful.
Oh.
Anyway, we've rattled on for ages there.
Haven't we? Is there any AOB, any other business?
AOB.
Any other business on? Of course, hello@larryandpaul.com. Send us an email. Let us know that you're still with us. If you want to ask us any questions or just say hello or tell us you think we're terrible people, that's also fine.
I saw Christopher Eccleston speak the other night.
Oh yeah.
At an event, and he was banging on about claarse. And claarse, and about how Britain is obsessed with it. It was really interesting about how it informs absolutely everything that we do. So I'm thinking about that. That's what today I'm mainly thinking about that.
Oh really? Interesting.
And like how much you judge people because they're from wealth, for example. How much you judge Rishi Sunak because he's massively rich. And
tiny though as well, isn't he?
He's very small.
Really small. I think we should have gone to the Conservative Party conference and raised hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just taking our tops off, oiled up, and just started punching.
I met Rishi Sunak 14 years ago, it was, I think.
Did you really?
14, no, it was more than that.
14 years
14 years ago, and we discussed him at the time. We said that's a future Prime Minister.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't. He's not a future Prime Minister back then, was he? Look at him.
Back then.
Tiny little child. Child man.
I didn't know how rich he was back then. It wasn't so much of a thing to know how rich MPs were.
How come 14 years ago? Well, how did you meet him?
I was
That's
a reporter, wasn't I? And I had to go up to Richmond for something. And his constituency is up in North Yorkshire, isn't
He
it?
flies up there all the time, yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Northallerton, he says. He doesn't. He lives at 10 Downing Street. Has he not figured that out yet?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was interesting because they were asking him on Radio York about, do you use the A64, Prime Minister? And he went, well, I do actually, because I live in Northallerton, so it went a bit flat.
Yeah. I use lots of roads.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Actually, yeah, that was Tony Blair again.
It was. They sound quite similar.
Yes, they did. Well, they've been to the same training school. Have you ever heard Ed Miliband and Sadiq Khan talk?
No,
They went to the same media school.
A not inspirational man.
Bring back spitting image so that you can do. Yeah, follow like Jeremy Vine.
Right, I need to upload the latest broken news to YouTube, though it won't appear on until tomorrow, which is Thursday. But yeah, broken news.
Friday, surely.
No, it will appear as in the premiere will appear tomorrow, but then it will of course be launched from YouTube on Freitag at 8 a.m. BST. It is still BST, isn't it?
Yeah.
Despite it being freezing outside.
Heatwave this weekend, though.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes.
24 degrees, bright sunshine Saturday and Sunday.
Tits out.
Barbecue weather.
Yeah, baby.
And it's that kind of thrilling exchange that
means
get
that's
for your money.
That's what you get. That's what you pay for.
Right, we've got to go. We really must, and we love you, and thank you so much for being monthly supporters.
We also need to write 3 more broken newses. Remember, that's our target, and we're badly failing at everything.
I'll do that in the next 5 minutes.
Right. Thank you so much for being monthly supporters. We love you lots, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Bye.
We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Michael Gove clapping.